the kind of latest fragrance by Creed, Spring Flower. Hey everyone, I'm Dave with Fragrance Bros, of course your best source for everything fragrance related. Now, I think many of you know that I'm a big Creed fan. I really like Creed fragrances. Their men's line I think is fantastic. One thing that I've kind of been critical about Creed is with their women's fragrances. I think they're just generally just okay. I haven't really been impressed by a lot of their fragrances. But I just tried their kind of new release of Spring Flower, and I am very surprised. Now, I say this is kind of a new release because it was really released in 1996, and in 2023, this year, they re-released it, kind of revamped it. I don't know if they tweaked anything with it. I honestly haven't tried the original version to compare the two, but I would really like to know if you've tried the original one and if they're different. So let me know down in the comments. Now, notes in this are bergamot, grapefruit, green notes, lemon, apricot, jasmine, peach, white flowers, ambergris, cedar, and musk. As I mentioned, this was re-released in 2023. I think season for this obviously is spring. We'll get to that in just a minute, but this to me really evokes kind of a spring feeling. And I think this really works best in the daytime as well. For occasion, I think this is really almost good for anything. I think this is fantastic on a date. This is really good for casual situations. I think this could be worn in the work office really well. And I think this could be worn formally as well. Like, this is just a really great all-around good fragrance. It's super versatile. Now, as far as my thoughts, I love this scent. I think it's one of the best female fragrances I've ever smelled, bar none. This is excellent. As far as Creed fragrances, it's easily my favorite of the bunch. Now, the original one came out in 1996, and on Fragrantica, a lot of people were comparing that to Estee Lauder's Pleasures, and I haven't smelled that one specifically in a long time, so I don't know if these really compare, but this really reminds me of a fragrance from that era. This reminds me of a scent memory I had, specifically about my mom. My mom had this fragrance sample that she had at the time, and it was just an amazing fragrance that I really loved at that time, but it was I only got to really smell it for one weekend, but it has since then kind of been burned in my mind as one of those kind of hallmark fragrances that I always really want in my life. And so now I have this one, and it is exactly like that to me, but better, I think. Now, this is classified as a fruity floral by Creed, and I think that I can see that, but I think that really kind of does not do it justice to what this fragrance really is. Fruity floral kind of evokes to me kind of this kind of generic quality and kind of this average, mundane quality, kind of everyday fragrance, mall fragrance that you get. This is somewhat fruity, and it is definitely floral, but I would not say it's a fruity floral. I would definitely say this is a white floral, but very modern as well. To me, this is very luminous and bright. Right away, whenever you smell it, it's like super blinding light from the sun. It's very sunlit and very much spring. To me, this really evokes the spring, and I think this is the perfect name for it. I also find this fragrance really pretty, and this is not a sexy fragrance. It's not provocative. It's very pretty and beautiful. It's classy and understated in a way, but I love that. I think that's really a magical quality about it. Personally, I think it's perfect. I think it's an amazing scent. Now, as far as notes, I get some of the notes that they're mentioning here, like I definitely get jasmine. Jasmine is one of the notes I get right away, but they hold it in a little bit. It doesn't get to the kind of sneezy hairspray quality that some jasmines get to. I also get the citrus that they're talking about, but it doesn't turn into lemonade. Like, it doesn't get to that citrusy, obvious citrusy point. They really kind of balance everything out in a good way where it's not an extreme version of where the notes go. I love that part. I also get the other kind of qualities that they're mentioning. I get a slight fruity quality from it, and I get a slight greenness from it, but I wouldn't say that it's fruity or green necessarily. It just kind of complements everything together. And then in the base, I definitely get the ambergris, the kind of musky quality. It adds a lot of depth and dimension, and I would even say maybe a slight sweetness to it too as well. I love that. I think the ambergris is beautiful in this. As far as performance, I think this is really good, excellent in every way. It's loud enough, but not too loud. It lasts a long time as well. To me, I would say easily in the 8-hour range, probably even 10 hours, but in that range. I think that's great for this type of fragrance. To me, this is the perfect kind of arm's length fragrance. It's not going to slap someone 2 aisles down. It's not going to knock someone out. But if someone passes by you, they will smell it. I think that's perfect. Overall, this is a really balanced, very beautiful, classy, floral, fragrance with a lot of bright qualities to it is exactly what it says. It's spring in a bottle through and through. It's absolutely beautiful and perfect, just like you. I think this definitely could suit any person as a go-to fragrance. Great on a lady especially. And this is a great gift for a lady, a high-end gift for a lady, or maybe even just for yourself. But it's absolutely beautiful. Definitely check out Spring Flower. Amazing. With that, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Fragrance X. Fragrance X is an online reseller that sells thousands of legitimate products for a discounted cost. If you're considering buying a fragrance, definitely check out Fragrance X. I'll have a link down below to them as well as a coupon. But also check out Rakuten.com. Rakuten.com is a website that offers you a rebate with every purchase that you make through their website. They actually have a deal with Fragrance X that offers you a certain percentage in rebates just by buying through Rakuten. So I'll have a link down below to them as well. Definitely check out Fragrance X and Rakuten together. Great. So that's all I have. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments down below. What do you think of Spring Flower? I would love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Fragrance Bros. Bye.